sort of doing things a bit all over the place today. Not necessarily in the events or order, because this is when the cleansing team comes in to do the thing they do every time, isn't it? Anyway, aren't there always 9 cycles around something now until, well, whatever. We're gonna do a bit wonk for reasons. No, I'm trying to get the cat settled, in case you're wondering what I'm doing back here. They're being wild. Straight wild. Okay, so Look, I'm just gonna start by saying that if you want to catch up, you're gonna have to watch the last one. Just for a minute. Carry on.
I have a weird situation, but I'm hoping that you can help me. Go ahead.
I'm the one that's been involved with the Summerfield Wells billboard.
Okay.
Now, first out of the gate, Chasing doesn't even have to explain herself when she talks to Devery. She goes, now I've got a weird situation. So goes, oh, I'm the one that's been dealing with the Summer Wells situation. You didn't even listen to who she was or what her situation was. And that's fucking wild. Much like him and the Z $2,000, he knew exactly what it belonged to. I don't know, man. Weird things. Alright. It's okay, I'll finish the sentence for you like he's a psychic. Alright. So I don't know. Y'all want to hear it again?
Situation, but I'm hoping that you can help me.
Go ahead. I'm the one that's been involved with the Summerfield Wells billboard.
Okay. Okay. I'm actually a donor. Funds were taken up online.
Not even. Fuck it.
I did donate through Cash App, and that was given to Brad. We know him as.
She donated through Cash App.
Chase, but that was given to Brad. And there was another large donor as well.
Okay, let me just tell you this much right now. Christy has given up a large portion of money, and I've helped her get hers accounted for.
Okay, good.
I was with Brad yesterday, and I've made sure that and actually Christy has donated a larger portion than she initially was going to.
People are here, they always do that, don't they? Emphasis, weird fucking words. Summer and larger, and they make sure to emphasize. It's like they talk the way they fucking type. These little tech junkies, it's so strange.
So any money that we're going to talk about is extra money that has not been accounted for.
Okay.
So how much have you donated? And actually, Chris.
That's weird, isn't it? You call the guy, you're trying to get info as a donor. He immediately starts giving you all the names of all the other people involved, and then tells you what you're going to talk about. But what we're going to talk about are the extra monies. For the larger portions. Wait, she's just calling in trying to figure out the billboard shit. You're going to go ahead and tell it what you're going to talk about. What we're going to talk about, instead of any questions you have, we're going to talk about the larger portion that's been donated and the extra monies. What? But she had questions about the initial. You think? You know what? Fine. Make it make sense.
Has donated a larger portion than she initially was going to. So any money that we're going to talk about is extra money that has not been accounted for.
Okay.
So how much have you donated?
I only donated $150. It was in a balance of so there was 970 donated from people on YouTube. Then Christy donated $4,000. Here's the story we were given at this point. And I don't know if this is true, but you would definitely know. 2 months. 2 months of a digital billboard were paid for a total of $3,000. It was supposed to run through November. It started in October to run to November for the first month, December for the second month. There was some controversy over where it was placed. So it was taken down, and it was supposed to be relocated.
But wait, didn't Tiffany Marie and the others, and with Devery on panel, say that no, it wasn't taken down because of controversy? It was because of payment issues?
That money was going to, instead of having another digital billboard, that money was supposed to be applied towards static billboards. So we assumed, okay, 2 months is $3,000, 1,500 paid for the first month. The other 1,500 is going to go toward static billboards. Am I right so far?
So we ran the billboard for only 1 month. There was never any talk of it being relocated, or anything. So basically, he lied to you about that and being moved. It was only ran for that 1 month. He supposedly, when he came in the door, had like $4,000 that he had collected.
Okay.
There was only $1,500 that he spent on that billboard and ran for the 1 month.
Okay, so up until now, you hear the questions in the way that I was viewing things. I thought it was for 60 days. I did listen to that WJHL where they said it was paid till the 19th of December. I also looked at the contract on Kraken Case. So yes, I was under the impression that it was supposed to be for 60 days. Chase is going to explain his side here shortly. We're about to get to that. Christy also believed it was for 60.
Why is she telling this guy she's recording a phone call with us? The other guy's going to explain his whatever here shortly. They're going to get to that. But he's not going to be present for it, right? So why is she telling Devery that? And then you think that any place of business working with financials and private data, well, they'd have to have consent first to be talking openly about everybody's financials, what, you know, and all of them would call in and go, hey, we need you to talk to this donor that didn't just randomly call in and go, hey, could you help me maybe with this situation? And then preemptively know what I'm talking about. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right.
Days, according to her. I have double checked with her just to be sure. Maybe there was a miscommunication. I don't know, but you're going to hear Chase explain his side of this whole thing in just a second. The gentleman from Lamar said yes, originally.
Wait, what?
I did listen to that WJHL where they said it was paid till the 19th.
Oh, wait. This was her doing her own thing. She was talking to the audience, telling them, all right, got it. My bad.
Of December. I also looked at the contract on Kraken Cases. So yes, I was under the impression that it was supposed to be for 60 days. Chase is going to explain his side here shortly. We're about to get to that. Christy also believed it was for 60 days. According to her, I have double checked with her just to be sure. Maybe there was a miscommunication. I don't know, but you're going to hear.
She believed it was for 60 days. Till December.
Chase explained his side of this whole thing in just a second. The gentleman from Lamar said yes. Originally, it was a 60-day contract, but that Chase came in and changed it. So I don't know exactly what happened. You will hear Chase explain. So all of this was prompted due to Mountain Girls Live, where Christy was feeling like things were not above board. Mountain Girl discussed.
But remember that video? All that, it disappeared in the way back. Oh yeah, hell, it was gone even before the first thing. Oh, it was gone pretty quick.
That video's not there, but then,
like she said, the video's no longer there. Where'd it go? Imagine that.
Penny went live after texting Chase and saying we think everybody deserves answers. A lot of people feel like this should not be on YouTube. However, all of this was done.
Once again, same thing Chase and Cam and all putting this shit on YouTube. Same thing Penny at that time was putting out when she come out chewing everybody's asses for attacking a good man. Y'all should have come in the background and let us know. Not out here in front of the world. Jason has the same narrative, Cam and Allie and Brad. Weird that, the commonality.
In public, and people do have questions. So in the text that I'm going to insert here, Chase wanted us to call and record the call. This was not done without his knowledge. He did want his side heard. He understands that people are already...
Okay. But none of that is knowledge. What you failed to say there was that he called Devery first and give consent for all the financials that we put out, and then did Lamar. Were they okay with their representative online working all this out in the public? Anyways,
very
around something as huge as Summer's case someone, making him sort of look a little funky, or I don't know, man. Dude sitting there with his own hot takes and opinions and all that on it.
You know,
an employee who, instead of telling Christy or whatever to, the way about it would be police court, civil court, all that. They gonna mix, man, force through things. I don't know, man. It all has flavor.
Upset and not going to believe what he has to say. Just listen with an open mind. I don't know exactly what the truth is. I know how I feel about it. Penny knows how she feels about it. Christy knows how she feels about it. You'll just have to listen for yourself and see. Anyway, the last thing you just heard me talk to with Lamar, I ended that part there, and I'm inserting this here. The next part you're going to hear is why was there such an issue making the payment for the new contract? Where didn't they pay it the same way before? So that's what you're going to hear here. And then I'm going to insert the screenshots of exactly what Chase sent me
For the new contract.
How he was trying to pay it, and exactly what Christy sent me on how she did pay it. They both got the same link, and for some reason Chase had trouble with it, but she was able to use it.
Huh. They both got the same link. And she's been having trouble paying, blah, blah, with it. But she finally got hers to go through, and then Chase, blah, blah, blah.
Pretty quickly. So, for yourself and see. Anyway, the last thing you just heard me talk to with Lamar, I ended that part there, and I'm inserting this here. The next part you're going to hear is why was there such an issue making the payment for the new contract? Where didn't they pay it the same way before? So that's what you're going to hear here. And then I'm going to insert the screenshots of exactly what Chase sent me.
Yeah. A bit odd. First time went fine.
How he was trying to pay it, and exactly what Christy sent me on how she did pay it. They both got the same link, and for some reason Chase had trouble with it, but she was able to use it pretty quickly. So
you know, Brad, check your emails, December 6th, numbers in there. Then Chase trying to pay, please correct the errors, you know, blah, 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 blah. Christy was given the same info. There are the numbers, blah, 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 payments, Lamar, la, 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 right?
Here we go.
I said, all people that I've been dealing with that's ever done this, you are the only one that ever has an issue with the electronic payment.
All right, everybody's here. Hello?
I'm here.
All right, you guys can hear me okay too?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So, can we just
Penny chasing Brad.
start this off with very direct questions and direct answers?
You can start it off. Yes,
Okay.
please.
Did you pay for 2 months or 1 month?
On which billboard?
The original digital billboard.
The original?
On which billboard?
Billboard, okay? The original. It was supposed to be December the 18th, okay? See, this is where everybody's getting confused, Casey.
No, was it 2 months or 1 month? I know it was supposed
Okay,
to end on December 18th.
2 months or whatever. I don't know. Accent has a habit, don't it?
But
Okay, it went up. It
Smell like pennies between the I'm naive and then the gangsta pennies.
went up for 1 month, but there's a reason for it. And everybody seems to be forgetting that.
what's that?
Does nobody remember I went through this same stuff with Mystery Angels when they called the wrong billboard company? Is everybody forgetting that?
I didn't
Okay.
listen to that. I
Well,
only
see,
heard that
that's
they
what I'm
called the
saying.
wrong place, so that's why I'm
Okay.
asking.
That's what I'm saying, honey. You don't know the whole thing.
That's why we're here.
Okay. The very first billboard that went up, it was set up for 2 months, which is 28 days per month is how they count. 28 days. All right. That would have ran through December, December the 18th. Okay. I had to go up there. Chip had hit a live and started bashing, saying, "No, this is a fraud. This is a scam. Whatever." Okay.
Was that after the blackmailing thing couldn't be, and that I had knowledge somehow quite a while before the grandest zero bullshit, and then Tiffany releases the call but makes you look certain, and then Chip was like, God,
At this point in time, it was just me, Cam, and Allie doing this, okay? Christy was not involved at all.
Right?
Okay. Let's see. It was
right? The 1,500 plus it paid for the first one. Right? Cam, Allie, Brad.
$3,000 for 2 months. When I went up, because what was going to
It's already askew.
happen is Chip was going to raise money, to go towards it. Okay, this is how they count. 28 days. All right, that would have ran through December, December the 18th. Okay, I had to go up there. Chip had hit a live and started bashing, saying, "No, this is a fraud. This is a scam. Whatever." Okay. At this point in time, It was just me, Cam, and Allie doing this, okay? Christy was not involved at all.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't really. It was the rooms, including this ones, I believe, that were also running your shit and everybody else's for the billboard, much like Cam's was. So actually, there were technically many players involved in the raising of funds for the billboard when you think about it. Wasn't there? Carry on.
Let's see. It was $3,000 for 2 months. When I went up, because what was going to happen is Chip was going to raise money, to go towards it.
But wait. Didn't Brad in the last stream listen to that bit from late October say that hopefully they wouldn't need any more billboards, that, they wouldn't need another shit more. They'd come to that road and they crossed it while the actual Cash App his and everybody else's is running for explicitly says billboard funds. Then in that he advertises the billboard being lit up on chips from here because time zones and such, right? As a liftoff for scam 2 and 3,000 is really supposed to happen over there. Money wanting to sell all it's. Meanwhile, this dude, the whole time apparently, which is a problem there, right? When Chip was like, "Oh God, this guy," also shit, right? And days after, because they started all that stuff over there, but then shit went south. And don't forget, they did indeed start. So anyway. So what does he mean Chip was raising money? It was him, Cam, Allie, etc. And then Chip was going to help raise money for these billboard here. But actually, you know what? Yep. Meanwhile, this dude the entire time now, reminds you, because before the recorded call come out to him, it had been used as blackmailing us. So for well before he even really started taking that much, but also shit and the vigil and everything else. He supposedly knew Summer was fine and dandy and feds, which is kind of the way it's put to us, as a form of blackmail. They knew exactly where Summer was. They had told him so. They had eyes on her. They were going to go in and get her, but it'd be X amount of days, so that's why I needed to stay offline, and X amount of days, and blah, blah. And I was over on Facebook going, no, I don't line up. What the fuck, right? And then I figured out it correlated with the day that everything's supposed to jump off elsewhere. And then you get the recorded call between him and TM released it. But yeah, so why would Chip come there before other things? But he knew where Summer was the whole time. Remember that. Whole time. Then why in the fuck was he out here doing any of this billboard bullshit? Or fundraiser shit? Penny knew for weeks too. As the fundraiser shit was raging. According to Chase, feds had eyes on Summer. So then why all the bullshit? Why are you even doing a fundraiser? Why are people pissed off that the fundraiser is not mentioned on the billboard that comes down early? Why are people doing all the things they're doing? I don't make it make sense.
Okay, so they called and they stopped all that. That was ended. I told them, I said, no, don't raise any money. That's when I said, we'll just do it ourselves. I said, we'll take care of it alone. So we had $970 between me, Cam.
Chip didn't come into play till later. For other purposes. No, you know what? It's fine.
In an alley. Okay? I had taken the 970 that we had. I put the rest to the $1,500. Okay, to bring up the $1,500 for the 1 month. While Christy,
He put the rest to it to make it $1,500. With what job? What real business? Took months off by this point, paying your own employees to look for summer in places they certainly could not have been, with pretend flyers made out of newspapers on belts. Alright. During the height of COVID. Meanwhile, I remember that one life took place. He was at work. You know what? Fuck it.
she called. She said she would help. So she put this was the first billboard, okay?
Right.
I said, Christy, I said, we'll take the $2,000, and what we'll do is we'll try to look for another billboard too, and we'll use to keep this one lit. And it was done. Everybody was happy. Okay.
So you have found a new location for the second board?
No, hang on.
So $2,000 again.
Once we started once we started, with the first billboard going, I think it was up maybe 2 weeks. Okay. So I told Christy, I said, Christy, look, I said, the 2,000 that you sent, I said, what we'll do, is, she said, I want you to handle it. I said, okay, I'll handle it. I said, what we'll do is, once this one's done, we'll keep, try to keep it, we'll either keep this one lit, or we'll look into getting some other ones. Okay? And that because we had to quit everything about raising money on here after Mystery Angels did that. Okay? That's when we stopped.
But Christy was in there donating money far before Chip came into play to kick off the. Because Christy helped pay for the first. That lit up so Mystery Angels could show it overseas because time zones. See, it's not really the math you really need to be working out here, honestly. They make you think it's just the math you need to be working on, though, right? Don't get distracted entirely by the math. It's a story built around the math to try to make it work out. And the timing. Timing's always a big thing around it. Dates.
Said, just forget about it. Okay.
Rewrites.
So, Devery, the guy at Lamar, he said, let's just do the 1 month, see what happens, if she's found, because if she's found during any of this, you don't get.
Well, shit, now Devery's one's all like, well, if she's found, let's just do it 1 month at a time. Man, they're companies. They'll take your money all you want to give them and put up billboards for. Why would Devery be all like, nah, let's just do it 1 month at a time? Meanwhile, make sense. He's over here telling Jason, well, Devery's like, in case she's found, Meanwhile, chasing the backgrounds, puzzling us from feds that they have eyes on her. They're getting ready to go get. And of course, that was what was fed to me. And to stay offline for a second. Bitch, what's this got to do with me? Are y'all stupid? This don't even make sense. Feds ain't gonna leave submarine. They knew where she was at. I don't give a shit who was gonna be the hero in it. They're gonna go in and get her. They're busting in fucking doors. They ain't waiting. Fuck you. So, keep that in mind the entire time you're listening to anything and everything about, really, the vigil planning, any of those vigils around that time, the billboards, and the fundraiser. Keep that one thing in mind. If nothing else.
Get your money back on these billboards, okay? There is no refund.
Mm-hmm.
He said, we'll do this one on a month-to-month basis. I said, okay. I said, I've got enough money to run it another month. This was the first billboard, okay? Don't just forget about these other 7.
I got you.
All right. I think
The other 7 that came into play, right?
that's where everybody's getting a little confused. Okay. All right. About 2 weeks into, well, let me ask you, do you have any questions up to this point?
No, the original story that I heard, that I remember hearing, was that $3,000 was paid for 2 months. That's the original story I heard.
Okay, that was the original deal until Mystery Angels did that, and then we knew we couldn't collect any more money, because of them doing that.
That was the original deal. Meaning it was paid for, all that, but then Mr. Angels did all that, and then see, it's not really the math you should be working out, though they distracted you to make you think that was what you should have actually been concentrating on. What you should have been concentrating on was the revisionist bullshit history to explain it all away.
Make us look like a bunch of,
the vanishing pieces, the retelling of events, stamping of approval on things.
No idiots. So at that time, told Cam and Allie, I said, just stop all donations. I said, we'll handle it all here, because Penny, you've seen where I had to go up there to Lamar and I had 4 or 5 women screaming their lungs out at me. Did I not?
Yeah, I remember. And then I went live right after that, defending that whole shit.
And did I not shut that down as a freaking whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So now we've got the first billboard up, and over here, make a little box over here to the side, okay? We've got the first billboard up, all right? And now when the first billboard's up, we have Christie's $2,000, okay? And then we have my 2K. So me and her have, at this point in time,
He just said it was 900 and some, and then he put the rest with it and to make it to 1,500. You know what's fun? Don't get stuck on the math, folks.
we have $4,000, okay, set aside to where we can do more with.
But you don't. Paid for. God, like I said, don't get stuck on the fucking math.
Okay, I'm busy chasing. I don't have all day, every day to do these billboards all the time. I do it when I can. Okay, so right.
Now, it's a thing with men and certain cons and criminals, abusers, isn't it? Certain personality types. Don's, well, I work all the time. Jay's like, man, I work. I ain't got time. I'm busy all the time. I ain't got time to build all this monster. Once it started working, it was, I work. Okay, I've done it my whole life. What do you want, a fucking trophy? I worked, raised kids, raised you, got beyond it all. Don's like, hell, I don't know. I worked all the time. Chase like, all this shit's going on. It's fucked up. I'm in the middle of it. I'm busy. I ain't got time to spend every day on this shit. Ain't you pervy? I don't know what happened going on. It was all bad friends, Ken said. Common theme around here, ain't it?
Right now, at that point in time, while that first billboard's up, we have $4,000. Okay? Alright. First billboard is paid for the first month. So when it's ready to be paid again, it was set on prepay for me to go ahead and pay it. Okay. About 2 weeks into that billboard being up, people start going down there, taking pictures, taking video of that billboard being across the street from the church where Dawn and Candace goes. Okay? I didn't know that billboard. I didn't know that's where they went to church. I didn't know. And
imagine being the hero, right? The champion of Summer Wells. Been there for months. Eons. With the Linda, with the Tuckers, all the things, being in and around everything, Summer Wells, and you want to pretend you didn't know the church was right across from the billboard. Or that you were unaware or oblivious to the church aspect of everything. Seriously? And then here he is putting up on controversy. You might come down, but whenever it's in the last live stream, there was always something that TM involved in. They'd be like, TM's the reason the controversy bullshit brought down, the billboard early. TM and Ginger into it over decorations after Ginger named as one of the handoffs and her face accidentally shown at the vigil. And around it, there's a fight, right? Okay. And that's the reason Ginger snapped front away. And then, and that was after she was outed as being one of the handoffs to the P.O. Box. By Brad's stupid mouth. And her face was shown. And suddenly there was a fucking fight with TM about decorations. And that's the reason why. Then you have the supposed TM and Scott H fight that took down the last live of Q and John Q's. But, well, that wasn't the truth either, was it? And you just heard TM with Devery and Justin and Ziggy and everybody else ask, is it controversy to take it out? He's like, no. I don't. But then there he is on the one stream when the feds go knocking at his house, being like, you can ask anybody, you can ask TM, whatever, but TM, you want. And then in the chats with Cracking, with him on it explaining things the first time, also shit, you've got TM over there praising the billboard he put up. So then why would you ever be the one to take it down? Oh no, man.
Lamar didn't know. Nobody knew. Hell, nobody. I didn't. Okay. So what happened is, people started bashing that church, saying they were a cult. They started saying they were saying I was a cult leader. They were saying that I had that billboard specifically put in that location. And I didn't. Hell, I don't care where the damn billboard was, as long as.
Remember in the last one, it seemed like heckin' people were pissed off that the fundraiser wasn't mentioned or put up on that billboard that came down early-ish.
as it was up, that's all I cared about, you know? I wanted to get it up before that vigil happened, and then Mystery Angels done that crap, and it just went on. It just made it even worse. But anyway, so like I said, about 2 weeks into that one being up, all this mess starts. Okay, I called Dawn. I talked to Dawn. I said, Dawn, they're bringing up some. I said they're bashing.
Mind you, Cam, Brad, etc. were also in touch with Mullen, who had gotten everybody confused about the waivers and things. I don't know. It's fine.
In the church, they're saying that billboard is across the street because.
And it's weird. Mullen, Dawn, and them planned this billboard with Brad and Kate. They got the permission informally to do it. The wording on it and everything was what Dawn, Candace, and Mullen wanted to put on it. Not the original plans and stuff and the pictures they had formulated, Cam, Allie, Brad had designed. Nope. Mullen, Candace, Dawn picked the final wording and the pictures and all on. So, and they knew that the billboard. You're telling me none knew where the and that was going to be this shiny, one of the only electronics and that Dawn, Mullen, Candace didn't know that was going to be across from the church. Weird. Okay.
Because I had that billboard specifically put in that location, and I didn't. Hell, I don't care where the damn billboard was, as long as it was up. That's all I cared about, you know?
Like nobody. Not Cam and Allie. Not Mullen, not Candace and Dawn. Everyone, hey, Brett. It's cool, it'll be right here beside the church we go to. Cam went like, hey, their church is right across the street back. You see it? Like, they were playing. Nobody? And Brad's like, hell, I didn't even know about the church. What? And yet he was Summer's hero. I don't know, man. I had a feeling the guy was kind of fucking oblivious or something. It's like when they come here and pull the semi-kidnapping shit. Right? Through all the terror and the fake shit and heightened sense and playing on my PTSD and all that, just whatever, right? It's just, oh, for fuck's sake.
And Lamar didn't know. Nobody knew. Hell, nobody. I didn't. Okay. So what happened is.
I mean, he really came here, the dude, Summer's champion hero. Never once asked Iron Little about Summer. Not him or, like, just. Almost like that wasn't interesting, at least Summers wasn't even thought of unless he was on YouTube pretending. Weird that. You'd think if you had the very first or only real contact with us the one time anybody really, did, you think you'd at least mention it, something. Not even be, nope, no curiosity, just goal is to get us boxed in and separated from support systems in the most nonsensical way. Panic us to keep us in a certain state. Dave's literally, I just tell you what, man. Yeah. Almost as if the only time he cared about Summer was if he was online. saying her name. So yeah, he may have been entirely oblivious of all things Summer Wells. Wasn't really his job. Now was it? When did y'all ever really hear this dude ever come online? Those of you who were around back then. They actually talked case faxing around summer. Now he went and he got the videos and things for people so they could put them online here, like the Jonesboro and the Meadows videos and things. He had real life connections with Linda and others involved here and YouTubers. But when did you ever hear that fella who said, oh, the first, well, I don't know, some of you probably haven't heard him, but he's like, oh, from the first day summer vanished, it hurt bad. June 15th somehow hurt bad for Brad here. But the dude never mentioned her unless he was online. Didn't give a fuck about nothing. Never really spoke about case facts or anything else. He just came online to say summer, but he never talked about facts. But I mean, I don't know what you expect from a guy with a pallet full of newspapers or taking up all the free and printed out flyers, or the guy who pretended he was searching places he couldn't have possibly been legally. Boots on the ground. I don't know, man. About giving you know, it's all fun.
People started bashing that church, saying they were a cult. They started saying that, they were saying I was a cult leader. They were saying that I had that billboard specific.
Now, mind you, by the time the billboard goes up, the church, the preacher, Robin, them been on there in the first couple weeks talking about the horrendous stuff they were seeing online, also their stuff, how the church and congregation were already into whatever. You know, there's interviews with them out there. WJHL, WCYB, whatever. So Chase here, though, eons later than those interviews, must be like, well, suddenly, because of the billboard, the church suddenly went under attack, and people were calling them cult and this there. Dude, even I remember, like, first few days after, especially after Dotson took the boys to play putt-putt, the whole culty is the church responsible thing was a theme. So I don't think the billboard's what did that. But it sounded good, didn't it? To give that as a reason. I can think of several reasons why, too.
Specifically put in that location, and I didn't. Hell, I don't care where the damn billboard was, as long as it was up.
Also, in what way would that billboard have made, because see, it would have been locals, right? Mostly driving by this area, seeing it, and then going, oh my gosh, it's beside Don Candace's church, cult, people online, which they obviously knew where the church was and the billboard. So, really, it doesn't add up. See, that's the math you should be doing. And, it doesn't take a billboard for locals who kept up despite what you all had these creators speaking online. Everybody knew someone was missing. those aware of everything knew where Donna Kansas Church was. It obviously had already been in the papers, news from the earliest days about summer. I mean, you think it took a fucking billboard beside the church to be like, no. It sounded good though, didn't it? Like, what? Some great controversy to explain why the billboard come down in a month. But then people were questioning that. Didn't make much sense. Then there's another sort of fake fight-ish thing with TM, and TM's supposed to be responsible for it, right? Like the ginger snap decorations visual, but the truth on that is Snap's face and all the things in the P.O. box. And then there's Tiffany fake fighting with Scott. Never happened. At least not in the last part that allegedly brought down that last stream of John Q and Q's. The truth is, John Q was salivating, couldn't hide his Pomeranian cheese wrapper, excited, started changing rules for the money. And that's why it came down. Any who were present know it. Had nothing to do with a Scott H and a TM fight. Yep. Like I showed you in the last stream, others very early were aware of it. But it's weird how that continual theme keeps being a theme, right? Yeah, whatever.
That's all I cared about, you know. I wanted to get it up before that vigil happened, and then Mystery Angels done that crap, and it just went on. It just made it even worse. But anyway, so like I said, about 2 weeks into that one being up, all this mess starts. Okay, I called Dawn. I talked to Dawn. I said, Dawn, they're bringing up some. I said, they're bashing the church. They're saying that billboard is across the street because it's a cult. It was specifically put there for a reason. I said they're sending pictures of the church in. I said they're flashing this stuff all over YouTube. I said, do you want me to move the billboard?
That was already a thing. That had been a thing from the earliest days that Summer vanished. As clearly evidenced by actual news pieces put out. So why months later is it the thing and the blame?
Billboard. He said, I don't know. He said, I've got, enough on my hands as it is, which he does. So I called Christy. I said, Christy, are you seeing what they're saying about the church? She said, yes, I am. I said, okay.
Oh. Are you seeing what they're saying months after they've been saying it continually online since almost immediately after Summer vanished and the public became aware of Robin Dodson Church? Like instantly. Are you suddenly months in aware now they're like, called? Oh my god, the billboard. See what they're saying, Christy? What? You know what? Fine.
I said, I think it's best. I said, since the $970 that was collected paid the first month on this, I said, so everybody sees their money that, was used for it. I said, I think it's best if you and I just move it away from there. That way they cannot bash this church anymore. They can't say.
but a minute ago it was him, Cam, Allie, 15, and then 2, and then 2, and now he's taking it down purposefully. Hey, Christy, it's best. Oh gosh, she sells stuff online. It's best we take it down early so they're not doing this at church anymore. You know, the same shit they've been doing to the church for months. And okay, then suddenly, no.
Hey, that the billboard was put specifically there. I said, because all this is doing is feeding into more drama. She said, I agree. Okay. I didn't call Devery and tell.
Sometimes you gotta wonder though, did, like the churches gonna reach out and be like, bitch, did you put this across from us on purpose as like a thing? Right? To make us look like a cult and then feed that online to make shit worse? Because you're like, oh, if we put the billboard up across from the church, you know, maybe the cult will cough Summer up. Now, granted, it does look like, you know, those close to Summer from her church are suspects, according to Ansley, and the, I guess, list of people she's been given, or insinuated. I don't know. All I can do is goodbye with the woman said it's the 2-year mark here a couple months back. The list goes Candace and Dawn, those close to Summer at church, then Grandis, maybe outward other family members, and then dead last on the list, neighbors. So I don't know. Hell if any of us know, really. But that's as close to a suspect list as you have. But at the time, though, that was not the case. It was just everybody's sus. Depending on which news clip you played, of course, because one will say suspects, the other will say persons of interest. Yeah, it just fucking depends on which clip and narrative they want to do that with, doesn't it?
Tell him that's why that we were moving it. No, I didn't say that. So what I did, let that one run out. It went out on November the 20th or 21st, I believe. But we let that one.
You know what? Don't get stuck on the fucking man. Anyway, so now they let it run it. But a minute ago, he was calling her just to see if he went. You know, it's fine. It's fine.
One run out. That following, because it was Thanksgiving and stuff, that following Monday, I started calling.
So Christy agreed to let it run out. Though money kept being raised online in between all the states, and Chip would eventually become involved in raising up more money for more billboards and all that. Christy agreed. Nowhere in there does he say she goes ahead and get you. Don't get stuck on the math. Get stuck on the stories. Then the revisionism. That's where she gets stuck. Ish. She work it out.
Devery back. I said, Devery? Because now, let's back up. Christy had, she said, look, she said, I want to do more. I said, well, Christy, I said, I've still got some of your 2000.
And much like the reason that TM's always involved for the downfall of her, and these tiny fucking drama things that shouldn't make a shit to the extent they take all these things down. You should wonder why it is that Chasing Hairline over here is always the one to come behind and make all the things right, and the stamps and the death certificates and the. I don't know, man. It's like bookends, isn't it? Well, my goodness.
that you sent, I said, and I've got 2,000 with it. I said, we can put more up. I said, whatever you want to do. She said, okay. So she sent another 2,000. She only had it on her Venmo account. I don't have Venmo. My son does.
But wait the fuck a minute. You remember Devery a bit ago? On the last one saying that
I called my son. Now, let me say this. If they bring my son into this, I started calling Devery back. I said, Devery, because now, late, let's back up. Christy had, she said, look, she said, I want to do more. I said, well, Christy, I said, I've still got some of your 2,000 that you sent. I said, and I've got 2,000 with it. I said, we can put more up. I said, whatever you want to do. She said, okay. So she sent another 2,000. She only had it on her Venmo account. I don't have Venmo. My son does. I called my.
So how did she get you the money the first time? Did you and your kid do that the first time with him? Okay. But Devery says the second time, you remember the second time when both had the same links to log in and pay, he helped Christy just log in and pay through the portal. So her and Chase had already paid for one billboard. He had a little bit of her money left. Probably what, $500 range? Something like that. I don't know. Whatever though. Weird, that would have been almost the total needed to make the 915. You know, it's fine. Don't get stuck on the math. So anyway. Actually no, that ain't right. Either way, second point is, Devery said that when, he had problems with both of them paying, he helped Christy pay through the link. Same one Chase had the link to. Chase over here acting like the first time he's been sent money is Venmo. But he didn't have Venmo, so it was sent to his son Will. But wait, how many methods of how in the hell would she got him money first time or second? And if it was the second, then what the fuck? Because, or maybe it was when she coughed the extra 4,000 and Devery helped her pay online with the port. But she didn't have that option. Yeah, what? Never mind. Just details, right?
My son. Now, let me say this: if they bring my son into this, I've already contacted my attorney about this. But if they bring my.
You remember Devery on the panel was the Eagle, and he seems awful concerned about his son in this. I think his family's involved. That's weird for somebody from a company to be talking about, speculating about while representing the company, clearly. YouTube or not.
My son up one more time. Do not, please, leave my son out of this. Bring it to me, not my son, not my dad, not. Because people's bringing families into this crap now. But
Wow.
anyway,
Yeah. So,
so my son has a Venmo account. So she sent it to him, and then he forwarded it to me in my Cash App. So now we've got.
okay. So they'd already found a way to pay once for one billboard that they let run out. How did that money from Christy get to Chase that time? Okay. This is them working on getting the money to Chase for more billboards.
Got 4,000 from Christy and 4,000 from me. Okay, because I'm match every bit of it. All right, because now let's back up. Christy had, she said, look, she said, I want to do more. I said, well, Christy, I said, I've still got some of your 2,000 that you sent. I said, and I've got 2,000 with it. I said, we can put more up. I said, whatever you want to do. She said, okay. So she sent another 2,000. She only had it on her Venmo account.
So she has sent another 2,000.
I don't have Venmo. My son does. I called my son. Now let me say that.
But the first two had already been spent on the first billboard. So the next two would have been for other billboards to go after the one grant.
Yes, if they bring my son into this, I've already contacted my attorney about this, but if they bring my son up one more time, do not, please, leave my son out of this. Bring it to me, not my son, not my dad, because people's bringing families into this crap now. But anyway, so my son has a Venmo account, so she sent it to him, and then he forwarded it to me in my Cash App. So now we've got 4,000 from Christy and 4,000.
Does he mean total?
From me.
And 4,000 from him.
Okay, because I'm match every bit of it.
Because I'm going to match every bit of it. Not that he did, but that he was going to. Now, the first time. Okay. So what he's implying is each time 2 comes in from her, he pays 2.
All right, I called. And now the first billboard's down. Now we're getting to the following.
Is that why Devery knew before even Ziggy uttered the name, but she said the $2,000 amount? He goes, yeah, and didn't argue it. Right? And he's like, Christy Vincent, we're at 2,000. But yet that story becomes 4 and 4,000. And that Christy had paid 8,000. And he got her 4,000 back off of Chase, though that's weird, because what would have been left there would have only been 2. So whose other 2 did she take from Chase? That wasn't her. And then she gave an extra 4 to Devery for more beyond Chase. Right after they figured out he was a scam. So whose extra 2 did Christy take up? I don't know.
One setup.
But that's what the Devery fella got from Chase was 4. Though it looks like it's technically only the 2 he fucked up and recognized. Before Ziggy could say the name Christy. So, I don't know. The implications here, man, are
Of billboards. Are y'all still here?
Yeah, I'm still here, so I have a couple
Okay.
of questions, if
Okay.
you don't mind.
Yeah, well, go ahead. Go ahead.
So the original contract dated was 10/14 of 2021 for 2 periods of 28 days
Mhm.
each for a total of $3,000, October 25th through December 19th. Okay,
Yes.
okay. So,
Okay. When
hold on.
that changed. Okay.
And between Chase, came Alex, etc., and Christy, there was enough money there to pay for that one out of $3,000 total.
Hey, go ahead. Go
The
ahead.
chip issue happened on October 30th of 2021. What
Yes.
what period did Christy get in touch with you to offer her money up? If the original contract you signed on October 14th was for 2 periods and you were thinking, okay, well, we're going to raise the rest of the money. You know, we have the 970. I've paid the rest for the first 1,500. I'm going to sign this contract saying 60 days or 2 periods. At what point did Christy come into the picture?
Okay, that's what I'm going back through this right now. I mean, just give me just a second. But, just have to bear with me here to look back on this. I'm trying to bring it all back up. You know. Well. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see here. That was the second. Hold on.
Was that one asking him to contact pay his share? It was like a week plus out from when the billboard would have went lights down that him and Christy agreed on. I don't know.
Okay. All right. The first 2,000 that she sent. Okay. What? I can send you a screenshot of it. What was the date on that first contract, Chasey?
10/14/21.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on just a second. Oh, hold on. Hey, bud. Go past the old base station, second house on the right. It's right before the, you'll see it. It's the second house on the right. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, all right. On the contract was signed on 10/14. Okay, the first $2,000 that Christy sent was 10/12. I can send you a screenshot of that right there. Let me send it to you, Penny.
Yeah, sure. It doesn't matter.
Okay. All right, hold on. It's coming.
You think Penny would have been interested in that? She's entirely disinterested in that. I mean, probably because Chasing's holding the helm at this point.
Okay, so she sent it on 10/12, which was before the contract was signed. So the contract ends up being signed for 10/25 through December 19th. Chip's issue didn't come along till October 30th. So you already had $2,970. Why didn't we just pay both months?
Because if you go into this, okay.
Now, mind you, before all this, right? It was like weeks and weeks of bullshit. Jason refused to get involved, pretended to be oblivious of everything, hands off, whole nine. Much like she does, always. Till time for her to come in and fuck up some shit or put a stamp on it. And then she knows all the things. But she refused to address the situation until couldn't really be ignored anymore. So I needed somebody to come in. Much like the Slee situation, that shit raised for a couple years till the $129.99 obits. And much like everything else, till it rages. The Jose thing, oh, it was beginning to really be like, something right here. And then suddenly swoops in, gets it. And then after it's like, are they, aren't they? And it was reaching peak frenzy, then suddenly Jackson comes in. I don't know. Same shit, different day. Several years in a row.
Okay, and look at it. It was set up on prepay. Okay,
Right.
that means when you do this and you put it up for a certain period of time, if she's found, you don't get your money back. Okay, they don't give refunds. Okay, so I told Christy, and she knew what she had the whole time. I mean, it's been totally told to her. Okay, I said, Christy, the whole time, I said, you have $2,000 right now still. I said, I said, the first one that we did for month one, okay, was going to the, was going up, for the first one the first electronic billboard, okay. I said, it's going up so we can add to it. We can keep it up. I said, we can get more, whatever you want to do. She said, okay. She said, I'll leave it to you, and look at it. It was set up on prepay. Okay.
Right.
That means when you do this and you put it up for a certain period of time, if she's found, you don't get your money back. Okay, they don't give refunds. Okay, so I told Christy, and
The thing is, you remember Devery last month talking about how you needed to bring a cashier's check in, pay online, this and right. Well, the option would have been there the whole time to auto pay every month. If Christy was inevitably going to spend all these thousands, why send it to that through Venmo? Why wouldn't she just contact the damn billboard company and put her own credit card, her legit one, on auto pay to pay for X amount of months for whatever damn spaces she wanted? All the bullshit. I don't know. It's like the fundraiser and the super chats and all things. The dry runs by Prairie and Share and all this for Churchill Rescue Squad as they were formulating, kicking off a fraudulent fundraiser in the background in first weeks, and the narrative spun and speeches by PG, J4, the rest, Share, we can bring it, whatever, first 3 weeks. So there were direct portal links to places, including Churchill. You could have just pushed and donated. They could have just been like, hey man, you can set this up on your own, lady. There's a direct portal link. You can call the company, be like, hey, I want to sign a contract and whatever. Do it your dang self. Or put your credit card on auto pay for the account. I don't know. All the extra, ain't it always? So weird.
And she knew what she had the whole time. I mean, it's been totally told to her. Okay? I said, Christy, the whole time, I said, you have $2,000 right now still. I said, we're not. I said, the first one that we did for month one, okay, was going to the, was going up, for the first one the first electronic billboard, okay. I said, it's going up so we can add to it. We can keep it up. I said, we can get more, whatever you want to do. She said, okay. She said, I'll leave it to you, because she said, I'm not up there.
Now, a minute ago, they done decided they were going to let it run out. Now, it's that
She said,
he's even offering, well, we'll leave this one up, whatever. She's like, nah, you just do whatever. I'll leave that to you. Okay.
just do it how you feel.
So, Colt Church no longer plays. He tells Christy, well, we'll do the same one. We'll do whatever. She's like, nah, I'll leave it to you, whatever. But yet they both planned to let that one go. You know what? Okay.
It was best to do it. Okay. So what we did, we left the donations open so people could help. Because they were all saying, we want to help.
So we left the donations up because people were saying they still want to help. So what he said earlier about Chip was supposed to, it's like, oh dear. See, it's a story, not the math, really.
We want to help. We want to help. All right. And you even contacted me, and you helped. Okay, once that was over, all right, once Chip did this, we cut off all donations. I called Kevin Alley. I said, no more, no more. So the total amount collected was $970.
Right.
Okay.
But it couldn't have been, because even after the first one lit up, on the stream, Cam and him were all giving each other accolades too. Cash apps are still rolling for the billboards, all the shit's raging for days longer. This shit starts outright over there with Chip and then before a couple days in his call out as. So no, that can't really be true either. Nope.
All right. From YouTube.
Right.
Okay. Because by this time, Christy is saying to her,
Wonder why Chasey never really questioned that bit.
With me, she's saying, just don't do any more.
What was raised is those cash apps raised and Venmos and all the rooms, Tracy. And overseas on all those days in between, as they were all clearly still taking up money for. How much did where are the receipts for it? Why did he just say, oh, there's only 900, Well, that already paid for the first one. First one's already lit, as clearly evidenced by him, Cam, and Allie. And yet, there in the chat, there's still all the links, including Chase's cash and everybody else's. And all the rooms are still running. For days before the chip lifted off. So we all know that at least $1 or something had to be raised. So where'd all that leftover just stopped because of Chip and all the shit over there after the call came out? No, man. Did y'all get to the bottom of that? Were receipts shown for all that was probably raised in the middle, or did we just poof that away like it didn't happen? And then put a stamp. I never heard boo about it. Nobody ever got that far in the question after the math fucker got stuck on. that still has not mathed itself out.
Through YouTube, just with me and you can do it. I said that's good. I said we can, we'll make it work some way. So at any point in time, all I had to do was log back into the contract and pay on it. So what we were gonna do was keep the electric one up across from the church and try to play.
But damn, the reason for letting it go down was so it didn't harass the church. Get them called cult online on YouTube where you all are putting out those narratives. Now you're gonna leave it up. Hey, Christy, you see what's happening online to the church? Hey, Dawn, you see what's happening online to the church? Yeah, we're gonna let it go down for that reason. Oh, wait. Plan is to actually do it again.
Play some more. Okay. So 2 weeks into this, I think it was about 2 weeks into it, that first billboard being up. They started about, what I told you a minute ago about it was
Church cult. Right? And then it became a thing. Is that what he's doing? He's welcome back. No, I'm fine. Fuck it. But all the shit applies before, right? Doesn't make any damn sense. None of it. And it should have been being done. Right? Shouldn't have made a hill beans jack. Fate fought with TN, blah blah. But back and forth.
put there for a reason, was done for this. Chip did this. We cut off all donations. I called Kevin Alley. I said, no more. So the total amount collected was $970.
Right.
Okay, all right. From YouTube.
Right.
Okay, because by this time, Christy is saying to her, with me, she's saying, just don't do any more through YouTube. Just with me and you can do it. I said that's good. I said we can, we'll make it work some way. So at any point in time, all I had to do was log back into the contract and pay on it. So what we were gonna do was keep the electric one up across from the church and try to play some more. Okay. So 2 weeks into this, I think it was about 2 weeks into that first billboard being up. They started about, what I told you a minute ago about it was put there for a reason, was done for this, was done for that. No, it wasn't.
The original billboard went up it was supposed to be 10/18 to 12/14. The first time I ever heard anything about the billboard down was 10 days ago. And according to Lamar, it was paid for the month of November. So it would have come down on time. That makes sense.
Yeah, it was paid for through November. But Devery and I spoke, and he said, look, when we went in there and had to hear that mess with Chip and them, he said, let's just go ahead and get it on. And he said, just pay the $1,500 for the first month. He said, we'll get that done. We'll get it on. He said, I'm going to set you up on prepay where all you have to do is log into this and you can keep paying towards it. I said, okay, that's
$1,500 for the first month, but $3,000.
fine.
Math.
It's the first time I've ever dealt with billboards. I mean, all I'm doing is trying, but I won't be no more.
So if it's $1,500 a month, then him and Christy did actually have enough to pay for both months. So why was the contract rewritten? Oh, 30 days, backed up from 60. Because you know what? It's the stories.
Cause every time I try something, I just get beat up for it. But anyway, so he set it up on what's called prepay, where I could log in and at any point in time keep that thing going. See, the original contract that I signed was going to be for 30 days, right? And then we had this crap with Chip and everyone else, you know.
The original contract was going to be 30. But then they had the stuff go, and then what? They went to 60, and then went back to 30. And was it because of the church thing that went that, or the? Oh dear!
I don't know who all was on there yelling and screaming at me. I don't know. I can't. I'm not going to name no names because.
So either church cult was the issue, or that. Wait, DeVries said, well, we only want to do it a month at a time because, well, if summer's found, you won't get your money. Oh, which story's which? And DeVries says it wasn't because of. Yeah, fuck it.
I can't remember who all was on there, but I know Chip. Well, I mean, I don't think it ain't important no more. Okay, so.
But
okay,
first, I guess I'm not really understanding here, and this, you know, this should be fairly cut and dry. 10/14, 10/14, the contract was signed. It was from 10/18, the first period, to 11/19.
DeVries comes on. Ziggy's absolves TM of any fuckery. Chase, though, is sort of semi-blaming TM at a certain point for the feds knocking at his door about the billboard bullshit. That, though, involves the fucking Grandis is the hero call thing. Makes him look a certain. After they hard time explaining what it was, my ass was on Facebook being like, this is weird. Why this set amount of days? I don't know, man. Chaos.
The second period. The next one, 11/20 to, now, I understand about the prepay. I understand all of that.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's go just step by step here. 10/14 it's signed for 10/18 through 11/19. That's verified in post. I'm looking at Kraken cases right now. It shows it right there. I'm looking at the original contract. Then on 10/30, Chip had an issue. So what? You guys stopped fundraising on YouTube. That doesn't matter because Christy sent $2,000 on 10/12, plus YouTube sent $970. So you paid for the first month. She was not found by November 19th. She was not found.
No.
So we knew that, okay? Tiffany Marie posted a video on November.
But wait, what are you talking about, Tracy? YouTube, $900. But remember, he said he put his own money in from wherever to make it $1,500. So what math you working off of? And let's just conveniently forget that days and days and days are in between all these. Cash apps, all the intake methods are still running through all the channels taking that billboard money. In between the first one lighting and the beginning of the when Chip. Was that ever calculated in? Where's the receipt to it?
November 19th, when the billboard came down. At that point, why in the world wasn't another location found, transferred, or whatever? Because the money's still sitting there.
There's only 2 electronic billboards in this area from what DeVries told me. Okay.
Yes, I understand, but you have to understand what we've been told. Number one is that it was for 60 days. We were told it had to be removed simply because YouTubers were discussing it online. So we had to cancel the contract, and all of the money
No.
is going to be applied towards the static billboards. Next,
So we had to cancel the contract? Weird. YouTubers were talking bad about, or whatever the hell. So we had to cancel the contract. You know, there's probably a reason on our orders protection that I phrased what I did as our abuser working with a well-organized group in order to XYZ. Probably a good reason for that in the way back. Probably a real good reason for that. Right. Probably say, you know, falls along the lines of this morning. Seeing somebody related to somebody that was in the chat the other day over on Bones' channel, as Monster was in there chit-chatting the night before the face-off that is related to the person that showed up at the door face-off day. Right? Or was it? Either way. Yeah. And then there's suddenly, after I say some vague shit, I say, look, comments below and around Monster, that person is yours. Sit there in my chat this morning, any other live. Weird though. Either way, person shows up at the door. All the names and certain things were mentioned by them in the first like 30 fucking seconds of contact that have been mentioned over in Bones Live. They're related to the one in there circling Monster in chats. Then shows up in my live this morning. A little strange. It's fine though, right?
now, here's the other part of this that's more important.
Yeah.
There's the static billboards.
But you know, it's also not hard at a certain point to try to do the Ooga Booga shooter. Like to do shit like that, then send $100 to a bunch of tweakers locally then get them to come to the door and mention shit on purpose to make it seem like, but still yet it's got YouTube fuckery on it, doesn't it? But to make shit look certain. Still we're an organized group, but it could give the impression when you do that it's related to other things and not this group online. Right? I think it makes about 4 heavy tweakers now every time just things. I don't know, it could be a well organized group online making certain shit here look certain ways it ain't. When it's actually the well organized group of YouTubers. Because of shit they've known for, quite a few years now. Couldn't it? And helping a narrative grow? Shit they've known since the earliest days Summer vanished. Even before the public are really in touch with. Drive the same narrative that old PG britches and we can bring you hopelessness, share and big bad whatevers and the sicko junkies. Not sure. How do you bring about a narrative to life? In real life, but the problem is you also do indeed catch the attention of and bring about shit worming from the dark as you build and try to create that narrative. And then a bunch of dumbass, well-organized YouTubers, some which do indeed have ties into the wiggly shit in the dark, bring about wiggly shit from the dark, but also in real life do stupid shit like toss out $100, $200 to tweakers to create a real life narrative that flows all the way back into their narrative they've been building since Summer vanished, with certain people around her building the same narrative. You get both things existing at one time. You're making things wiggle up from the dark. The wiggly things in the dark are some of the YouTubers that are related to. But then you also have this place tossing out a couple $100 to make motherfuckers come and, mention the exact things in certain ways to make us go, oh my god! Right? Still doesn't mean half of those fucking tweakers and weird shit and the ones willing to do that for money aren't related to or aren't in, but, still both things now exist, don't they? Be careful of these things. What was it Chase said earlier? I think these people don't know where and what, blah, blah. But boy, doesn't all of it actually combine in a way to go right back to Summer vanishing and the first stories fed out and formulated and the speeches written by PG and all the bullshit, fraudulent reasons. They're wanting to toss up a fraudulent fundraiser and fuck people up. I don't know. With Share, the J4, PG fuckery back there too. PG going, well, I figured out they just wanted somebody to help them cover up for it. Meanwhile, you run that shit enough, several years. You got things wiggling from the dark, truly. You got all these things existing at once. You are bringing real danger and harm, etc. Those lines. But what do all the wiggly things mean and the paid things to make them look like it's wiggly things? You know what it means? It means both of those things in ways. are trying to cover up what really happened this summer, is what the fuck it means. It means that this well-organized group online has built all kinds of fucking shit, real life and online, for several years. To twist and turn and do whatever. To keep it going longer to fuck up shit. Get more drama content, whatever. Some to even bring out twisty, wormy things on purpose to spite the ones some here kin to and otherwise and are themselves and related to and real wiggly things that aren't coming into play, which may or may not have something to do with something. Hell, but you wouldn't know because, well, both things exist. I assume feds and LA know. Either way, you at least have one of these things built and fashioned that knew too much and were trying to formulate the exact thing brought to life. Whether paid for, done, made to appear certain ways in real life. But also bring it. It's been meant to fuck up shit from the beginning. Because that would pay them more. That would destroy. That would do all kinds of things. We have on the other side. It's the fact that real wiggly things exist. Was there a role there? Anything from beginning? I don't know, especially since some of these players run everything. Do indeed come back to certain shit, like a freight train, heading in certain directions, certain shifts and things. 6 months, year, before summer. It's laud, though, isn't it? The prophets of angels and Don Mills knew like 6 months before. Fred down at the bottom trying to siphon information. He puts the date that all of a sudden his and Don's relationship changes. They're not tied anymore. Doesn't know what happened to 6 months. Separation. Won't use Summer's name and is the first one to mention a debt in a certain amount. I don't know, man. Just some of the wiggly things hit in like for some reasons. But what this group has done after June 15th and all the way since is definitely try to help build on that narrative that they're formulating, writing speeches about, for trying to give the public impression of. Even Dr. Phil, etc., everything else, but it's PG in there. All the rest, it's as well as the other. Even for long before any of the rest of the public. So see, that's not on us. It's on this group and those they were around and otherwise that built story, try to make part of it look and appear that way. Really, probably brought about real wiggly bits, some of which these idiot YouTubers realized were real wiggly bits before I started piling around with it here. All I know is some degree at least, the portion that belongs solely to YouTubers. Their created narrative from Cher, Leave You Hopeless, PG, the rest. The reward was announced for summer. I know the whole goddamn thing. That portion of their response has definitely helped cover up the truth, light, and answers for Summer and her whereabouts, and those who could truly be responsible. That's what the fuck is fact. That is what's fact. And the fact that what they've done has indeed affected real lives, put them in danger and at risk. A whole bunch of them know it. That's the intention. Because real wigglies exist. And they damn well know that. Which is why I take great exception when these motherfuckers want to scream at any of us. And go, where's Summer? If it wasn't for all your drama. Yeah, no, bitch. That drama, all the bullshit, the story y'all been fed, all these things, dude. That shit was happening long before any of the rest of us public. Starting around the time the C&D both became public, for sure. Outright, anyway. As those dates matter and correlate. So, you know. Hmm.
A new contract's created. It's all due on Monday, this past Monday. None of that
Yep, I'm gonna
happens.
send you. Okay.
None
I'm
of
gonna
that
send you a
happens.
screenshot.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna send you a screenshot of it.
Okay.
Just look.
What am I looking at?
When I went in, how do I send this to you? Can I send it to you on?
That
I
same
need a
number,
number to send it
the
to
same
you.
number that you
I
have.
still haven't.
Okay.
I still haven't got the screenshot that you were.
That's hold on. Hold on. Oh shit. All right, hold on, Penny.
Are you trying to send us the contract? Because we know what it looks like. We have it.
No. Okay, what was I gonna send you, Penny? All right, here comes this, Chasing. Hold on.
Okay.
In just a second. Okay, because when I went in to make the payment on the card, this is what kept coming up every time.
A 0 instead of an O, or an O instead of a 0,
Yeah.
whatever it is. That's my question.
Yes.
No credit card, no number in the world has a letter in it. It's always numbers.
It's not a credit card. It's their customer number. It's the customer number that he gave me.
It's a customer number.
Yeah, it's the customer number that.
Chasing didn't recognize how short of a number that was. I mean, if you're an adult and you have a credit card, just realize the difference between numbers and customer numbers. How lengthy one is compared to it's.
That he gave me. I tried it with a 0. I tried it with a letter O. He puts it in yesterday, and he said he moved. He said what I did. He said I put the. Said he put the. Said something about the contract number and the customer number. He said they were in the wrong boxes because it went right through. It went right through.
I am looking
And
at it.
I showed. Okay, did you get it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Hold
Okay. Apparently, from what he today, they were in the wrong spots. That's all I had to go on is what he sent me. That's it. And right here, I can send you. Sent me. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Right here.
Now, much like some of the pieces around here, if you can find these open instead of downloaded, you'll notice like some of their private meetings, their original lives, whatever, they went back and they've taken shit out of them that was originally on the screen. They've also cut out and edited a great deal many things or portions of. They'll tap for security reasons or this there, but well, there's no. It's like what they really actually wanted, not seen when they made the screens blank after releasing the Google Meet call about my little one. They give you one reason, but there's actually another, and the messages on the screen. Same applies with these pieces. If you can find them online and don't have them downloaded, or have them downloaded, or you just want quick access. You're like, fuck it, I'm gonna be lazy and have a walk through Jurassic Park today. You feel like vaguely fucking around.
Okay. Alright.
I wonder why Chasing LRS took out the, hey, here's where the advertiser number goes, and that little portion. But the yellow is still upright. But, no, I guess because it didn't, yeah, it's fine.
Trying to get back over here to you. Okay, this is what it sent me. It said the contract was, and the customer number was at the bottom. This ticket had a dash zero. Okay, I tried it with the dash. I tried it without the dash. I tried it every way in the world that I could. And I called him and I said, Every, it's not working. It's not working. He said, send me a picture of what it's doing. I said, okay, here you go. He called me back. He said, there's a lady that had a slight problem once before. He said that she went or didn't use that link, but actually went in.
How the hell did
Wait, was that lady, Christy, who had some trouble with the same link as well, but he helped her through that? As he came to you for 4, but knowing only 2, but wanted 4. Oh man.
you guys pay it the first time?
It went right through. It went right through. No problem whatsoever. Use my debit card. It went right through.
Okay.
Okay.
So in this case,
Now remember earlier, Devery did give him some leeway. It was like, oh yeah, they have to raise up and down their limits because he had a business account. And now don't get that confused with Devery met him at the bank where you get a cashier's check where Devery said they, usually took cashier's checks, all that. And if the money's on cash, you know what? But now the first time he paid the same amount and it went straight through. Second time, it's Devery even gives him leeway. Well, I'll vouch for him. People raise no because he had a business account. Blah blah blah. And yeah, you do have to get higher amounts on that. Bitch, it ain't a credit card. You know what? It's fine. So then why not just ask him to get a cashier's check inside? You'll take it in and pay the shit. When you get back to the office or Monday with that cashier's check for him. Why force this over a laptop you took from him in the bank parking lot with? Might have to be the bank parking lot. You know what? It's fine. Debit card, business accounts, could have been a cashier's check, auto pay versus, all these things. Just don't pay attention to any of this shit and how nonsensical it is at best.
it was a technical issue where you couldn't get it to work out. Okay.
I called him and called him. I said, Devery, I could.
He can pay it the first time. This never gives him leeway the second. It's like he had to have raised up. Blah blah blah. Doesn't make sense.
Not get it to go through. I said I don't know if it's well. Now the first time I did that on my debit card and have the amount raised because you can only do like 1,000 or 1,200.
Okay, so the first time was Devery involved in that because the way that so you had problems then too. You and Christy for paying. Now, oh dear. But see, how did that one go? That story. Wasn't it that Devery helped her pay with the link? But wait, not the first time because her and Chasey. But wait, the second time it was different. You know what? I don't know. Point, I guess. Yeah, but it was really.
But I had to have the amount raised. Okay? I did, you know, the amount to pay something. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, had to have that amount raised so it would do it. Okay, then that happened, and I sent him the picture that day. I said, I've tried it with the dash, I've tried it without the dash, I've tried it with a zero, I've tried it with a number or a letter O. So I've tried it every way in the world, and it keeps popping this red thing up. And I sent him a picture of it. I said, that I don't know why it's not taken. So called him. He called the next day. I said, look, I said, I've tried it again, and it's still.
Makes you wonder how in the hell he sent all the money to pay for the one he did wrong. He couldn't have done it with the debit card if it needed to be raised up in amounts to send back and forth and make payments. Right. So it means that money was rolling in amounts to where he had that in Cash App or some other way to send over to pay for this guy's mama's whole funeral. But then suddenly had to have amounts raised on a business. I just don't know, man.
Still not working. He said, well, let's do this. He said, he told me what he did, and, you know, please stop hating on Lamar, everybody, because they've been over backwards for us.
No, I think they're great.
They are. Okay. All right, what happened? He told me, he said he had the numbers reversed. Some about the customer number and the contract number. He said they were reversed or put in reversed, or something was a O or a that or something. But anyway, he said they were reversed. After he put it in, went right through, and the payment was made.
Weird. Some tech-oriented guy. Looks a little funky with a history online. Shows up. Forces your hand to pay via whatever means. Not typical of a company salesman's behavior all of a sudden to go the extra to, oh, you know, it just doesn't make sense. But he shows up and meets you. And then as you pay through a portal, a website, a link, to take all this money and funds up. And only had me in the bank. Oh dear. And then he helps you log into these portals. First time it worked fine. Second time not so much. Dude has to meet you. And that's all it's through. Now here till the first time at least, Chase met this guy at an office to sign a contract. So then again, wasn't that during the radio blip bullshit too? What happened to that? Remember they were supposed to have the radio blips for summer as well that they're paying for? Where the fuck did that go? They ever catch that shit? Being paid for too, Craig. There was yelling occurring during that event, and chaos ran its pretty much the same time as the Lamar and Devery thing, both in the same day or two. I don't know.
And so now on that one, okay, back to the money. Christy would still, I mean, well, this is the way it was going to go. But with what they've been sending me today, it's not going this way anymore. But at this point yesterday afternoon, Christy would have still had 2,000, and I would have still had 2,000, as a total of 4,000. Because they say, if she's found, you cannot get your money back. There's no way they won't. They won't give you a refund on it. You know what I mean? So, but anyway.
Tells that dude.
So
At this point,
Christy
okay,
should
Except for the fact that the entire time all of this was going on, Chase had knowledge, according to him, that told him that they knew where Summer was. They're going to get her. But that required everybody to shut the fuck up and do this and do that. That only correlated with the lift off of other marathons and weird shit. Yeah. So why even be part of the fundraiser? Knowing you didn't reward, the feds already found her. Why'd you need billboards? According to you, feds already knew where Summer was. They're gonna get her next amount of days. So why continue with the billboards? Why even start any of it to begin with? Why the vigils? See, seems like really only the purpose of that bullshit was to blackmail people with, and to also use as a potential way to record and put out as a helpful hero boost or something to lift off other things, but then turned around and bit people squarely in the ass. I'm not sure.
should have still had $3,470 sitting in your bank account somewhere, right? Plus
no, just, well, but the
970.
found not get your money back. There's no way they won't. They won't give you a refund on it. You know what I mean? So, but anyway.
So
at this point,
Christy should have still had $3,470 sitting in your plus.
No, 2,000.
Yes.
So according to Chasing Man, Christy should have had well over 3,000 sitting in his bank account. Huh?
No.
Well, but the
970 plus $4,000 equals 4,970.
Two. One of the billboards had already. One of the billboards had already been paid for, right? With Chase's money and hers. Right? So no.
$1,500 equals.
But then again, you have the fact that at first it's $1,500. But then in the other first panel which thing you're watching, it's supposedly $3,000, for 2 months. But when the contracts cut them out, you get 50. Surely don't get stuck on the math, I don't guess.
3,470 plus you said you had 2,000 or 4,000, I don't even know what at this point. That's $5,400.
See, I don't get where you're coming up with the math.
Why are you calculating whatever he says? to match it into there. Cause that Carl and Smiley list, man.
Like that.
Did she have $4,000 that she gave you?
Okay, I didn't use any of on that first billboard.
Okay,
So
so
now you didn't use any of it.
she
Good
had
Lord.
4,000 sitting there then.
So she had 4,000 sitting there.
Okay, so
Okay,
the
and
1,500.
then
Now we're down to we're getting there. 4,000. So so then why did Chase need to match it for another month? Why did he need 2 and 2? Why did Devery say 2 on the, I just, back and forth.
Minus the 970 equals 530, which you paid out of your pocket.
that I paid that
Okay.
because that was, I wasn't going to pull it from what she gave. Because I mean, it was pointless because I'd been talking to her. She was interested in doing more. Now, if I had went along and done if they didn't put it on prepay, and we had to pay for that for the 60 days, then we would have used that of what, and if we would have kept that one going, yeah, we would have used from that. All it was doing was sitting there to be paid to either keep that one going.
Good Lord. Don't y'all just miss heavy breathing Brad with Sean moments? I don't.
Or to put more up, like her and I had planned.
Okay, because it's been down now since November 18th. So.
Yep. Well, no, it came down on the 21st.
Okay. This original, let me just read this here. This says.
Yeah, it came down on that Sunday from the 21st.
Okay, because when I spoke to him, he said 2 months were not discussed. He said that
they were at first.
We're just getting some dollars last again, without a job, without a real business, they paying all these damn employees to search places they weren't. The thousands rolling in to do the neatest shit, the funeral for the guy's shit, all that, right? Chasing does not hammer in on that. Wait a minute, but here are all these apps running and all the days in between, so you had to siphon up more than that, Chase. And everybody else's rooms those are running in.
Or they wouldn't have given me the contract.
Right. No, he said
why did they write a contract for it,
Right.
There's Chasing. Well, just 900 and some was raised by YouTube. No, clear goddamn good and well, it ain't it. Because after the one had already been lit, there they were even that same day and night in all the rooms running the Cash App for Chase and the rest through all the rooms, Chasing? That damn good and well when all was raised. Where's the... It's fine.
He said that you guys determined that it was going to be 1 month. He was unaware of all of this other stuff going on with having to move it.
I wasn't going to bring all the bullcrap that YouTube was saying. Why bother them after they've all been beat up enough whenever Chip and them did that?
Mhm.
You know? So after they put it on the prepay, okay, he set it up to where I could either keep that one going, you know, and keep it up, dang cow.
And you'll have to see the last live for the 423 type Ryan Funds Untruth type of goofbaggery built up $129 obit, slay shit, everything else type of fuckery around the Devery Life Online. It's at the very end of the video. Should definitely probably check that out. And keep that in mind here. And then that guy meets somebody in a parking lot where they're having problems with links, payment portals. And has them pay that way. It's been strange shit. Background in tech, also shit. That's not what he does for a living. It's finance, accounting, blah blah, car salesman, blah blah. But I don't know. And then, oh dear. Once again, I ask why Covington Credit comes up in this shit run source. So many things attached to that are around it now.
Oh, sorry about that. He set it up to where all I had to do was log in and keep making the pay, paying on it. When this came out, back to when all, saying that it was put there for a reason. It was set across the church for a reason. That's when I talked to Christy and we decided just to move it, just to let it run out and move it elsewhere.
Now, my understanding was you guys found another place to put it over on another.
Is that the stuff version?
On Tuscaloosa, it's Devery said.
It was over on Tuscaloosa. Okay. But yet there's another one in Kingsford. It's fine.
Find some static billboards for you. Okay. He asked how much money we had. I said, well, we've got Vine and Christie's. We've got $8,000 is what we've got to work with. He said, let me find you some locations. He found the locations.
So now Chase has 4. She has 4. Alright.
Looked at them. I think somebody even did a video on them of where they're actually located at.
But remember the influx, the 4,000 wouldn't have happened until. Oh, fuck it. Because she only gave that up once she realized she'd been fucked with. It was meant to put up more. And that's what she told Devery today. So, what the fuck does Brad? Well, she had 4 and I had 4. I don't know, man. Y'all make these stories where around what Devery has said, but he's saying, like, Caminelli said, what Christy
The $4,000
"That's fine with me."
that he got from you yesterday was Christy's money. So where's the 8,000?
No, it's 2,000 was mine and 2,000 was hers.
Where was the rest of her
She still has 2,000 to run it for longer. See, if we need to run the boards longer, we will. That she knew this, or I mean, I was under the impression that she knew this. If when we done it, the $8,000, and I called her and told her, I said, "Christy, what we're going to do," I said, "this contract is for $8,000 for so many months." I said, "but if she's found, we don't get it back. You know, it's no refund." So, I think somebody even did a video on them of where they're actually located at.
But the $4,000
$4,000
that he got from you yesterday was Christy's money.
Uh-huh.
So where's the 8,000?
No, it's 2,000 was mine and 2,000.
Chase couldn't come up. The goddamn, he couldn't keep up with the storyline or the weaseling out. Has a Caminelli fucked up on slave feel to it, don't it? I'm afraid I've tossed over the bus too. Over it, under it. Knows what. Because a second ago he said there was 4 and 4, which obviously you can tell the other 4 because of what was said by Devery, I mean, but then I am playing things a lot more, but still, there's Chase saying that he is aware and Christie's, they've got the 4 and 4 together and they're going to use it. But that couldn't have been ever the case because Christy only pushed in 4 more thousand when she realized she'd been fucked. And she wasn't working with Chase technically at that point any further. She was just going to work straight with Devery because he gotten her the link to do it. Something ain't
2,000
right.
was hers.
Where was the rest of her 2,000?
She still has 2,000 to run it for longer. See, if we need to run the boards longer, we will.
But you said 4, but then you said 2, and everybody. Devery says 2, then he says 4, and then there's an 8.
She knew this, or I mean, I was under the impression that she knew this. If when we done it, the $8,000, and I called her and told her, I said,
When we called and done it, the $8,000.
"Christy, what we're going to do," I said, "this contract is for $8,000 for so many."
This contract's for $8,000 for so many
months. I said, "but if she's found, we don't get it back. You know, it's no refund." So I told her, I said, "They've offered for us to do it in 2 halves. We can do 4,000, and then if she's not found, we can do, keep them up, pay the other 4,000. I said,
But it doesn't cost 4,000 for every month. It's 3. But wait, it's 1,500. But wait. Uh-oh.
there's no point in, if she's found, us losing all that money. So that's all that was. I mean, there's no.
So the money that he got from you yesterday was 2,000 of your own money, 2,000 of her money. She had her other 2,000.
Then I still got in the bank 2,000 of hers, 2,000 of mine.
But the invoice was for 8,000.
Now, how would you have that after dude came and made you do that? And you remember how Devery's like, no, I made him give it all back. And Christy later on, if she's been here this long, says, no, all my money actually got corrupt. So then how at this point, after me, Devery, how in the hell would he even have possession possession of that money. Any of it. And then while we're an $8,000 total and an $8,000 contract, before $8,000 was even in play, because it was only 2 or 4, or however you want to see that, whichever fucker's talking at whatever time through whatever fucking pieces. The other 4 didn't come into play till after Christy realized she'd been fucked. Then she was like, you know, like a little portion of this call that starts this, right, with Devery. He's like, oh, well then, we're going to talk about even more monies that have been given since all this. So obviously, then why is Chase on here talking about 8,000 total and 4 and 4 and all this? You know, he would have never been privy to any world in which 8,000 existed for him and Christy to do. But the invoices but then you know, receipts on screen. You have to have those. What you do from the way back before I made all the screens blank online. Helpful bunch, aren't they? And for those who have these things recorded prior to, we don't know what was there. In all the places where the blank screens then took place after events and oopsies. And then after, rep for months sometimes between revisionist histories and shit. And then they'd go back and remove certain pieces and make screens blank and shit disappear off of them because, well, more revisionism might take place. And then put back out with a different story. Cover it. It's fun.
Then, so how?
Yes, hold on. The original was for 8,000 for
The one that's posted right now, that Penny posted on her community wall. The one that you signed on the 4th.
That's the one that I signed. Okay. All right.
Now, if you sign an original contract for $8,000, then it wouldn't have just been for 2 months worth of billboard now, would it, sugars? Even if it, instead of costing $1,500, costed 2 or 3, you'd have well over a 2-month contract there. And then Devery and the others would say, you know, it's hard enough to get him pay the first $1,500 and all this, and then the whatever that, and well, you'd think if he had all Christie's access to all the rest of that money, then there'd be no issue at all paying. So I don't know, man. Make it make sense. It's a story, not
There's
the
more
math
to
of
that
it.
contract, but it's just got a lot of people's names and numbers and stuff on it, and I can send that to you if you.
It's
mark the
posted.
numbers
I
and
see
stuff
it
out.
on. Oh, you're saying there's more to what we're
Yeah,
not seeing.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. If you take, so I spoke to him, and he said, what we can do, he said, we can cut it in half. That way, you know, you're not, if she's found or whatever, you're not losing, you know, nobody's losing the entire $8,000.
Still, if the $2,000 sitting there unused, that means 1 month's $1,500 or some shit. That one, alright. You know what?
So it was under my understanding, okay,
So, you know what?
that 4,000 from yesterday was 2,000 from me and 2,000 from her. But now, somebody called her, and I don't know, just has kept bashing me for, you know, about whatever, and so now they've taken it completely out of my name, which I could care less, and put it solely in her name. And I've been told not to come back to Lamar. I've been told a bunch of things,
What
All I'm
happened
trying
to
to do is-
Stone Drive? What happened to that?
What happened to Stone? If you'll look on those billboards, okay, they're placed
Well, all of a sudden mention Stone Drive after. Well, they said something about Tusculum way up yonder.
in Kingsport, Rogersville, up.
Yes, those ones, right?
I
But
think
the
it'll tell you on there where all the locations are posted.
right, the original what everybody was hearing is the one that came down across from the church was going to be
That's on Fort Henry
relocated.
Drive.
It was going to be
That's on
relocated to Stone Drive.
Honey, they've been relocated to all the places that Devery picked out.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. What
Yes.
was
Well, he told me there's not really a good location on Stone Drive. He said that
I thought there were only
I
two
think
digital
glitter-
places.
do what?
I thought there were only two digital places. One was
There's-
Stone Drive and one
there's-
was the other one there.
The only ones that I'm aware of that he's talked to me about. Okay, we're not going to do the digital
Anymore
we're not
anyway.
gonna do the digital no more
Right.
because it don't stay. It doesn't stay. It flips. The
Mhm.
only two digital billboards that I was aware of is the one on Fort Henry, and there's one on he said Tusculum Boulevard in Greenville. But if you look, the static ones are actually they stay on her. They're not flipping. Because I even got beat up because it didn't stay on her. Nothing's good enough on here. So I was told to cancel the order, send money back. I don't know what more I'm supposed to do because it don't matter what I do, and it's never good enough or it's wrong. But I don't see anybody that's the only person that I see down here doing anything is Lamar Advertising and Christy. That's it. And I've ran my butt off trying to do this stuff.
What about Cayman Alley and all the people in Twister and everybody? I don't know.
Uh,
And I keep getting beat up.
Was your
You know?
communication with Christy clear? Because
I-
it doesn't appear to.
And technically, what they want you to think he's raised by YouTube. It's this small $900 portion, but if you calculate, Twister put in 150 by chasing, etc. Blah blah. They want you to believe that Chase in all those days that marathon was run, all this shit was happening to extremes. Only raised what, a couple $100. And then all the days in is the cash up. Yeah, that nobody wants to address. Yeah, dudes without a job or real business could. Yeah, it's alright.
I thought, well, to me, I thought it was pretty clear. Maybe she didn't completely understand everything I was saying.
I know
But
that
I
I do know the narrative that was presented on YouTube.
The same time, being a funnel for something, right? Oh, it's like 10K funding is supposed to go to like Nita. Hell, it could have been more. I don't know. Anyway, can't remember right off the top of my head right now. And paying for people's mama's funerals, and that was a scam. He got took. Oh my gosh, people and whatnot, and then the dude didn't have a real shop operating at top capacity. Nor all the employees he was paying out of pocket for all his must search somewhere in places he couldn't have been. Newspaper pallets, supposed to be flyers. All the things are never questioned.
Was very
Yeah, well,
different from
I'm
what I'm
done.
understanding
Wait.
now.
Well, chasing you and Penny, I'll speak to. I'm done having blamed myself to a bunch of people that I don't even know. You know that that these people have sent me things. You know, and
No, all of that's
why they send it
unacceptable.
to me, I don't know. I'm just.
All of that crazy stuff that's happening is unacceptable. My whole issue, Chase, is this. It was done in public, right? It was done on YouTube. It was a community thing, even though, it was less than $1,000. It was still with the people who are in.
Fuck does that matter? It was done in public, and even though it was listening. But was it really, considering how many days and days the cash out was still running? The billboard everywhere in all the rooms, even after it lit up. The majority of that 900 he claims he got would have come from Chasing, Twister, a couple others. I don't know if the money and the cash that came in earlier being handed at Vigil's Fort eventually counted or not, but I don't know, man. Hundreds of thousands in the foreground collected with the fundraiser, but money wasn't raging in for the billboard the same way. Or after billboard was already up and the cash apps and shit were still flowing. I rent all the rooms for billboards and all the days in between the one being lit up and chip shit. God damn it, the elephants in the room, huh?
Highly invested in Summer. So, transparency must be there. We all understood that we were never told that it was a month, that at all.
Okay. All right.
And then Christy comes out and she's very upset. She went to Mountain Girl and she explained it to her. And when I called them,
they immediately vanished into Hillstream of Mountain Girl and Christy. Yes.
I was very.
And it could no longer exist by the time Chasing come in to clean the scene. Can you consider certain people crime scene cleaners? But in the YouTube realm, I'm asking for a friend.
Very, very specific on exactly what I wanted to know and understand. And he said, no, it was for 1 month. No, I don't know anything about relocating. There's never a plan to do that.
No, why was the contract signed for 60 days if there was never a plan to do it?
Well, you also said that it was on prepay because after the 30 days, if it wasn't paid for again, then it wasn't going to run again. But then we're hearing it was moved because of the church.
No, it would have been left there with the money that Christy and myself had. It would have been left there because that's why he set it up on that prepay. The original contract said 60 days. It's right there.
Prepay ain't got shit to it.
So if there was no plan for it, why is that original contract for 60 days? Now wait, hold on.
Now, prepay and auto are two different things, but whatever.
The day all that changed and it was set to prepay was the day I had to go in there and beg them to even still deal with me.
So that was October 30th. Probably.
Hell, I don't know the dates.
Or one of those days. Yeah.
Okay.
So all
Alright,
of that ended
So
up
after-
changing because of all
Well,
this nonsense.
the reason, okay, he said, I'm gonna set this up on prepay for
Oh, what nonsense.
you. He said, all you have to do is log into it, make, pay it, and it'll stay up. That's what this is too. It's on prepay. If she's not found, then, I would have pulled it up, done the other 4,000, and it would have come up. But he said there's no, and I agree with him. There's no point in paying $8,000 for that long with, a chance that some and them still be up and everything be done. I mean, her be found.
But the whole damn time all this is raging. Every bit of everything. Why would Devery have the idea and be like, ah, man, don't pay any more than a month because she might be found. But yet it's chasing them that are truly the ones behind the scenes, right? The entire time all this is going on, him impeding all of them, right? They know. Feds, whoever it was offered to me, is like, Feds knew where she was at. And they come to him and told him so, etc. But later versions, you'll hear it being blamed on everybody. A mysterious they, the PIs, this, that. Somebody around something told him that story. It gets even vaguer each time he retells it, right? Much more vague each time. So, as to who they, whatever it is. But they were comfortable because it wasn't online, it's blah, or like a purposefully recorded call or a live stream when they gave it to me as form blackmail. Quite a while in advance of the recorded call coming out, saying to me that it was Feds, essentially. And they'd come to him to tell him, sorry, eyes, whatever. So, but according to him, it's Devery that has reservations about paying more than a month. Because she might be found. But it's actually them in the background, giving out that narrative throughout the time. In the background, others. And blackmail them. Also, shit. It just, yeah. But Devery working for a business, he's just a guy that if a customer wants billboard space, you take their money and you give them what they want for the length of time they want. You don't argue over that. That's bad business practices.
Or whatever. I mean, I don't know where I went wrong here, but I'm sure there's going to be 100,000 people telling me,
Penny, what are you thinking right now? My mind is still spinning with all this.
I don't have any idea why it's being told that I think that there's some sort of disconnect somewhere. I don't understand why it's being told that the billboards, the 7, well, the 5 plus the 2 free ones, weren't paid for by Monday. So Christy, an additional, or she paid for them out of pocket yesterday.
She didn't pay for that.
Chintu.
That came out of my account.
No, just so that you are clear and aware, the total was paid by Christy, and then the money that was retrieved from you was supposed to be picked.
No. This is how it goes. And then it's Penny, what do you think, right? Send that same shit to TM and others when she comes in to clean things, or when she comes in to fuck shit up or twist narratives or to build shit, to cause chaos, right? seen her do that, an attempt to do that around a great deal many. The others don't necessarily want to go along with it. It's like the shit done to, well, everything with the certain chasing of a sedative shit, right? She hops up on TMs, though, full clarification, everything in my live was there, everything else. She hops up there, TM pushes back, at least for a minute or two. She's like, no, chasing, I've already taken care of that. We had full clarification before I left the lives of Josie, everything else. Chasing's like, no, no. And then, like, TM just quietly slammed her in the back, had to go on with the chasing thing, right? Even though TM knew the whole fucking time what chasing was doing, and, well, you can see how that still persists around here. And, chasing's done this with a great deal many things. Usually she has one of the people or the creators on her, in this case, Penny's back here. You can tell by Penny's voice and shit, she's not real comfortable with shit. But chasing was, well, what do you think? Yes, sir, but, I don't know, man. It's a good habit. And she'll usually be down in chat somewhere. Okay, how many times I've seen it. Pretending she's fucking oblivious or wasn't part of things or didn't have any knowledge of them. Well, I don't know, wasn't around during the time. I didn't have my hands on. I didn't do the marathons. Didn't do this. I didn't fucking do that. I only did, But she is and she was and she's fully aware of all the things. Swear up and down, she knows shit. 5 seconds later, she's got a link on a panel, not only knowing all the shit, but telling everybody, including the creators, and starting to move the shit to the way it needs to be. It's some of the wildest shit, but if you go revisit some of the most notorious events and chaos making things and drama machines that have happened in and around, or the final steps of no, nobody's going to talk about this again. Fucking things around Summer's case in the last years. This one, who with Cher had the first interview with Dawn, you'll find her around a whole lot of shit. No, but she looks so clean on her porch over there, smoking, with her coffee and her hoodies, and her stream of consciousness. Not to be confused with her conscience. Because she ain't got one.
Paid back to Christy. And she said, keep it towards that. She paid 4 and got the 4 and put it towards the 8.
No, Devery put my debit card number in his computer yesterday.
Yes.
It came out of my account, which was 2,000 of hers and 2,000 of mine.
As far as she knows, she gave you $4,000 that had
Yes,
not
she
been
did.
given to.
Yeah, honestly, I just want to check out this piece. I hate Hermes. I don't like any of them. They all suck. There's like 20 minutes of this garbage left, at least as you can find it online. If you so feel the need, or you ain't got a buddy, or you didn't record it in the back, in the way back, right? Now, I should really go into the receipts and show you the shit missing off the screen and the points and things. I think I've actually done that in other lives. Once these first vanished during revisionist histories, so I guess y'all go back and find those, but I don't really feel like putting that much motherfucking energy into it right now. Hence the easy access bullshit that I really don't listen to the rest of currently. Probably should here for you all, but I've listened to it before. Die sage in here. Well, I don't know. Voice comparison and all that. Make sure this is where I want it. Alright, now here's where it gets weird. Now, this was the 7 months ago revisionist time boson history. This is also around the events where they tried to hurry up and tie Slay together and get stamps on that too, and then the sudden tragic death of, happened as well, and 3 obits bought for $129 online. Chasing came along during that period. So anyway, this is this year, right? Well, within a year's period, I'm saying. 7 months ago, as opposed to that shit you just heard from Chasing, Penny, and Chase. This, when added over there with the last live and the end of it with the Devery guy and the South Carolina aspect and things.
The billboards, but when as far as the billboards, I gave
Also, the weird parts where Big Stone Gap characters doctors and a debris and nurses. But then the South Carolina, I don't know. Yeah, let's figure it out.
Brad,
Maybe.
$4,000. And he was telling me that it would go towards the billboard on Fort Henry Drive, and that it would be, and because I gave him that money, it would be there through January of 2022. And I was like, hallelujah. And then it's kind of like, well, Tiffany's harassing the church, and I was like, holy moly, you know. So then he's like, well, it's going to be
Who talks like that without dancers? And this woman, the regular, it's
transferred to Stone Drive, you know, it's going to be a flip of a switch and it will be back on. And it's kind of like,
almost sounds like they're not wearing a top plate or something.
after that, and it didn't go up, Tiffany Nashville and I really stayed on his honey, and my husband too. You know, we were kind of like, you know, something's not right. And then come December, when he kept putting off giving Lamar the deposit for, you know, the billboard. That's when I finally, you know, contacted Lamar, you know, Devery, the billboards. But, you know, when, as far as the billboards, you know, I gave Brad $4,000, and he was telling me that it would go towards the billboard on Fort Henry Drive, and that it would be, and because I gave him that money, it would be there through January of 2022. And I was like, hallelujah. And then it's kind of like, well, Tiffany's harassing the church, and I was like, holy moly, you know. So then he's like, well, it's going to be transferred to Stone Drive, you know, it's going to be a flip of a switch and it will be back on. And it's kind of like, after that, and it didn't go up, Tiffany Nashville and I really stayed on his honey, and my husband too. You know, we were kind of like, you know, something's not right. And then come December, when he kept putting off giving Lamar the deposit for.
Interesting, isn't it? It wasn't now the story from Christie. It was when the other son, Stone Drive, didn't come up for something, flip the switch, whatever. But until December came, she didn't have any reservation. Then it was, oh gosh, December came, man. Then that's when I really got it. But, well, that don't add up with October and November. From the very so long ago files of what the fuck. And how there was obviously already questions even before end of October, and her and Brad were working on shit. 2 weeks into the first one, her starting to have reservations even before the end of October, then really kick it in November. The other one naturally ran out, plans to whatever. Yeah. And Devery, before it time, going and collecting her money from Brad, but then here she is saying, oh, it wasn't until December the second one down with the game. Now we're adding to Devery on her, and they're going to pay for another billboard to go up because of when it went down. Devery had already had her pay through the portal. She'd already had 4,000 more, but when it's talking on the second one, click on. And December being a concerning date. No, this was 7 months ago, Christy.
You know, the billboard that
does not add up to what Devery was saying. His and her communications concerns were or around those dates does not add up to Devery, Brad, had not first or second go around this was saying and what that story was.
When I finally, contacted Lamar, Devery, and thank God I did, because they really enlightened.
Where'd it go?
I'm sorry.
You're good. So you were talking about Lamar. You contacted Devery, and
Yeah. I gotta find my charger. I put it somewhere. But yeah, I contacted them, and then they started telling me about like the first billboard, how it was only paid for 1 month, and there was no intentions of another month. And I was like, oh, look, I was just like, Lord. I mean, I had no idea, Tiffany. I had no idea. I believed him. I mean, I'm in South Carolina, and he's there.
She's in South Carolina, man.
And I totally believed him and just left it up to him with my money,
Now, mind you, there's been versions of why she left here. She went there to her husband's beach house. A lot of original bullshit. They're supposed to move there permanently, so I don't know. But the husband had to stay behind to close down the but then he bought a new one, a new business to practice medicine out of. Now, I don't know why you would do that if your intention was to move to South Carolina into the beach house. Or I don't know, but it's there's somewhere around here.
so were you ever refunded the money, Christy?
Devery, well, what happened was the day of the deadline, Devery was saying, we haven't got the money. And I said, we have to get these billboards up because we promised people. And so he gave me like the same sign in and numbers and stuff I needed for their website. And so I said, whether or not you get the $4,000 back that I originally gave him, I said, I'm going to go ahead and pay for the $4,000 down payment. So I went ahead and I did that online, and it went through immediately. And then Devery actually met.
Not according to Devery. He said y'all had a little trouble, but you got it fixed.
Brad at, I think it was the First Tennessee Bank in Jonesboro. And Brad went in there, and when he was in there, he was
First Tennessee Bank.
like, oh, Christy's Venmo and Cash App didn't come through. And so Devery's texting me behind the scenes, and he's like, what's going on? And
So dear, Christy's Venmo and Cash App didn't come through. But Chase's is that she could only send through Venmo. He didn't have Venmo, so it'd come through his son first and then be, well, forget it.
and I sent him proof of the transactions that they actually did go through. Brad had a total of $4,000 I'd given him. And so after that little deal, apparently they went out to their cars, and Devery said, give me your phone. He said, I'll put the numbers in my.
And look, this live features the wording, I do not trust any texts or emails coming from Penny about
So Devery put the numbers.
Or with Stacy Slay. It's running as the banner below this. 7 months ago.
Himself, and it went through immediately. Devery.
It was like a final combo bow tying revisionist event. Man, you see the proof of how each cycle that they do this, that even more is put back, hidden offline. Which channels and creators are doing it, which pieces are disappearing each time they do these cycles. It's kind of why it's been best to sit back and let them do the things. Kind of shows who's doing what with who, where, why. It's been pretty funny. Who's made the blank screens happen, things. Each time they soften it more and more, and those who still hold receipts, as they try to weave formulate, still do not say a whole lot. I mean, I never shut up about it, but about what's actually, known, like in a precision-based, non-vague way, or keep them guessing type way. It's best never to do that with a well-organized group of anyone. Or any monster abusers, this type of cretins, because guess what? They all sort of do the same. They weave, manufacture, try to figure out how to get in front of and around shit, bow tied up, contact even courts, law enforcement, do shit, throw each other over the bridge, try to land this person that percent skirt away from it. Yeah. It's kind of their thing. Rinse repeat style.
Sent me the message that I got the $4,000 back that you originally gave him, and I said, keep it. I said, put it towards those billboards, which is a total of $8,000. And I said, get those billboards up, because I can't be with it anymore. And that summer deserves it.
Always kind of reminds me of like the Linda or the Ginger Snap Tears. I just don't know why it does that, though. It's like Q-based or something. Ha ha, Q-based. Oh, I cracked me up.
And I hate breakfast, Sean. I hate him. I hate everything he's done to everybody. And I never knew of this YouTube stuff until him. And I'm so sorry.
What do you mean you never knew about this YouTube stuff until him? What are you talking about? Did Brad bring you here to the streets of true crime, make you aware of? No. No, you were obviously partaking or viewing YouTube true crime news creators prior. Unless you knew Brad or one of them in real life to come here, and I don't know how that goes, right? There's Linda in the mix. Now, granted, Christy's friends include Toaster and Teeth, a few others chasing me, but there's several of them, including Chris and Toaster and what's the other one? Nana, who know each other in real life and and do the other things like the Christmas tree and whatever else that was together, and the one recently visiting the hospital with Hunter and all that shit before Hunter suddenly changed stories too on the, I don't know, man. Just and don't forget Christy's role in Cam and Alley recently. That came out after the fact, and Cher was in the middle of that fuck around. Yeah, don't forget that, and how that math didn't really make fucking sense either. Weirdo.
Sorry I defended him, Tiffany. I'm so sorry.
Well, I appreciate that you're apologizing, Christy. I can accept your apology for, I mean, I don't know you, you don't know me. So
I had no intentions, honey, other than just helping find this baby girl in our neighborhood, And it's like Bruce said, when I asked Bruce,
I had no intention of anything other than helping find this little baby girl in our neighborhood. Not in our area. No, none of that. Our neighborhood. Strange.
if we could donate some money, he said, this is all. And I'm so sorry I defended him, Tiffany. I'm so sorry.
well, I appreciate that you're apologizing, Christy. I can accept your apology for, I mean,
Now remember, it's told that Christy here, Toaster, and I don't know, a couple of them attended school together with one. And are real life friends for all this. And then they tie back in everything. Much like Linda and others.
I don't know you, you don't know me.
April,
So
And mind you, Christy had really all but vanished off online, at least under her name, as it was, and 7 months ago, whatever, but it all but vanished, really. Went around the blocks much until just like a week or two, and like before this shit with Cam and Alley went down. Recently. And then she's popping up, guess where? All the time. With Toaster and Nana in tow. Oh yeah, you guessed it. In Ziggy's. And then that shit plays out on Lockdown's channel. I don't know, man. The Whale's favorite mouthpiece.
I had no intentions, honey, other than just helping find this baby girl in our neighborhood, And it's like Bruce said, when I asked Bruce if we could donate some money, he said, this is honest God, his words. He said, yes, let's do it in honor of his daughter, Haley, and Summer.
Now remember, a certain version of Christy said her husband was upset when he found out that the money, she donated.
And that's Ryder had money.
all right. So
The nurse nor the doctor could figure out. And they obviously have a well enough off-tap beach house has been around contracts, including buying whole new clinics to run here, all sorts of stuff. It's no better than to send something like that through all these means through a chase. They wouldn't have been educated enough to know they could just call Lamar themselves, put up billboards. Okay. Experiences and contracts and so there's stuff and paperwork out the ass through years. Okay. Filings, payment systems, all that. They just.
Okay, Devery offered to give you your money, but you wanted them to keep it, right? So you said
Yeah.
you wanted the billboards to go up. So, Christy, do you know if the billboards ever did go up?
Yes,
Okay.
I sent Casey all the when they install the billboards,
Oh, chasing.
they send you like a proof of installation. So I sent her all the proofs, and I know there was that.
You mean receipts? Sent her all the proof, they just think about, installation, send her a receipt. Alright, y'all. Yeah, I gotta tell you, the thing is that, today, right? I mean, this is just sort of the natural curve of things, considering the content, right? And where things should, uh, you know, go and things. But the thing about it is that it too has a bait fill on it. Because of things that are being back and forth. Um, you know, whatever, to lead certain places at certain times, or to distract or get onto one avenue or the other. Well, they probably know because of whispers in the background and because of what you've been saying lately that you're concentrated elsewhere. And they'd like you hold the fuck off of that situation, and everything on your mind and potentials for all of everything to turn into a flying fucking disaster. Um, and concentrated back on certain folks, shit. I don't know. Dealt so many years of it now. I'm telling you. Certain folks, the center of all the little things. Yeah, I still see it. I always probably will, but it gets rather boring watching them repeatedly try to think they're that smooth that works. Choose when and where I'd like to go. Sometimes it is fitting to let those think that they are baiting, well, full on squirrels in the driveway, or keeping the regular puzzles and fires, banked, whatever, distracted from. Anyway, for me, sweet baby Jesus. Can't even believe that being advertised. Is that how we're building up this channel now? Really? This is so sad. Alright. Anyway, I think for right now I'm just gonna leave it there. For time span, attention purposes, blah blah, whatever reasons. And I'm gonna go back to what I generally am doing, and that for better reasons right now, what needs to be centered on, at least as far as my soul and heart state is, and this. Both apply, both count, but nah, I don't really like a bunch of basic bitches and they're baiting either. It's kind of boring. But, I'm gonna go back to what I was doing for a bit instead of the easy walk through Jurassic Park and just pebbling and ponding it today. And there's actually one more little snippet I want to put out. I'll probably come back later and do that. Maybe, it depends. It's really pretty outside. And I'm gonna enjoy some sunshine, hang out with Little, do all the things, manage to take a break, burn the fires and puzzles that matter for me right now. And yeah, maybe not. My back, don't know, maybe I'll put a snippet or two. Maybe. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna hop off here for at least a bit and go enjoy the sunshine. Alright. Anyway, ugh, Slater, man. The ways in which certain people try to direct Squirrel. All things. But when things naturally have to go certain places, anyway, might as well, just let them think as they will. And alright, I got some time on a Sunday, we'll play your game. And then I'm just gonna go back to what the hell I was doing and working on it. That, well, you're trying to throw squirrels and distractions in on. So, I don't know. Things just have all kinds of people feeling certain ways lately, don't they? Yeah. Dear Lord. Well, at least there's no more. Man, I missed so many damn jokes here. I did. So many opportunities. I could have been like, there's a dam raining down from the sky. Probably used all the dams I could get, considering I got 0 fucks left. Oh, kaboom. Anyway, so, y'all, I'm gonna hop off here for a bit. Sunshine's calling my name. Debate, not so much. And, yeah. Just gonna sit around with some important in my soul and heart right now. And though this stuff all matters greatly, make no mistake about that. What I've been centered on lately, and I always am, that places above it matters. Same reason throughout, I guess, so long I've just known. It's like the top up here is meant to control the materials to keep all this shit from running. It goes very quickly, it's best to let it run. Its creators, these assholes, this well-organized group, because it leaves more of a trail right than slamming down hard and shutting their channels down instantly. Same still holds true. It's much the reason that I don't. Plus the wording and the specifics needed. Shit can get a little dicey. But damn, they all violate in such extreme ways it really doesn't take precision-based wording to ensure that you could take their channels at any moment permanently and make sure they couldn't come back on YouTube ever again without easily being reported or not being able to come out from an icon ever again or ever getting as big as they have in so much. There's all that. It's best to still kind of continue. Despite all the fuckery they do, even every day. Because finding the truth and then finding a chicken in the egg, it matters in a way that twists into the thing that matters most. All the little things, right? First, secondary, in this place and their bullshit. Always sort of been secondary. Despite how very in the face it is 24 hours a day and in real life. And the drastic shit in real life. Terror, harm, and everything else it causes and has caused for so long. Anyway, guys, I'm about up here walking sunshine. Hang out with little. And maybe grab a snack. Cause I'm a little hungry. And my voice after this song is getting bad. Strained and having problems this side, like being, I don't know. And today's not been a good day. Part of my crap's all jacked up. So, I'm gonna try to walk some of that off. And a snack. So, anyway, I'm out of here. Good pebbles, good sparks. One voice counts. Right? Please share the DV/Universal Hand Signal for help. Please continue to share Summer's picture, information, call her by her name. Y'all who've been here long enough know my speeches around each of those. I know you do. Especially what constitutes as information being shared with Summer's picture and name. And how very many lives the DV Universal Hand Signal couldn't save. Alright. Anyway, I'll just keep sharing Summer's picture information. Calling her by her name. It's a very tangible way to help her, to help find her, to help bring her home to her community, her brothers, law enforcement, and courts, so that she, or they, or both, or all, can tell her story. Because they're the only ones that should. And I have faith and hope that that will happen. To the bottom of my soul and the core of my being. I do. And, as always, sharing her picture, information, calling her by her name. It's also go back to shake loose maybe the key or whatever still needed, if anything. And, to help find, locate, or shake loose the person or persons responsible get them turned in, maybe make them grow a heart, do the right thing, turn themselves in, you know, any of the above, even though it sounds ludicrous to most. But things like that matter more and are more effective in finding missing children and women and this together and getting clues, facts, leads, keys, whatever, than any fundraiser, turns out. I didn't know this in the beginning, but I've since learned. And they're very helpful also at outing, getting predators, monsters, people responsible caught up, noticed somebody being like, wait a minute, person's acting weird. The more you share a picture, information, and you call her by her name, the more likely those chances. And the truth of the matter is this. The person or persons responsible, they can't outrun it. They can't out chaos it. Can't out mud it or jello it. Can't hide forever. It's gonna come for them. It will. It will. The best thing they really could do is turn themselves in. Speak the truth. Not have to be hunted. Wound apart, anything else, the truth, ferret it out. Because you see, it will be, if not already done so. Justice will come. Whether this person or persons likes it or not. You can't outrun, outhide, or outlast the feds and other law enforcement. It's just not going to happen. Anyway, y'all keep sharing Summer's picture information on her by name. She matters. She will always matter. And I have hope and faith. She will come home to her community and her brothers, courts, law enforcement. And the person or persons responsible will be found. Anyway, you guys, I hope y'all are having sunny and good days or spectacular warm nights or whatever makes you happy today on this tiny little blue speck. Hanging out in these vast cosmos. Remember, good pebbles, good little sparks. One voice they all count. Made all perfect. But even little things can change the world and save lives each and every day. Even a smile, handshake, all the little things. They can change the world. They can save lives. They can change people's lives. Alright. Anyway, y'all enjoy your day on Discworld. Elephants, the turtle. Alright. Tesla, you know, take your pick. Definitely listen to some Bowie, though. Yeah, you can beat that. Alright, guys. And Elon's still a dick. Dude went straight supervillain, didn't he? But the Tesla in space rocking out to Bowie still hits me somewhere in the soul. Y'all have a good day.